Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Art. Welcome back to another one of my videos. Today I want to do something that I tried to do when I started doing comic books again. And every now and then I pop up a book and I tell you about a certain book that I read or a graphic novel or whatever. Okay, I want to talk about a certain series that's out right now. Now, if you're an X-Men fan, you're already familiar with this character. Now, back in the day, this character debuted in New Mutants '86 or no, sorry, '87. Yes, '87, and his name was Cable. Okay, a very popular character. Rob Liefeld created the character. Got mega mileage on that character. I mean, that was his claim to fame, pretty much, basically. But regardless of how you feel about Cable or not, he's been always been a fixture in the X-Men universe. Now all of a sudden, Jonathan Hickman came this Dawn of X, House of X, or Powers of 10, whatever the hell it is called, and flipped the mutant world upside down. One day I might want to read it again to just to revisit it so I can understand it a lot better. But what happened is Cable now has his own series. And what happened is I don't have the first two with me right now. I packed them up somewhere. But I have issues 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And I read all these today. Went to work. I got to work. Started work early. Got off early. Bought some food. Yes, today, as I'm filming this, is Thursday morning. Wednesday is new comic book day. I didn't buy comic books. I thought food was a little bit more important for me to buy than comic books, because I kind of like to eat. As you can tell, since I have a beer gut. You know I love to eat. But hey, there's another story. But so instead, I read these. At first, I did not want to read it because I said, "What? They make Cable a kid? What the hell?" And this is some time traveling, time bending, whatchamacallit. Because there's two Cables. There's a young Cable and there's an older Cable. Interesting. The younger Cable supposedly tried to kill the old Cable just to prevent something from happening, which I don't remember exactly, and it's kind of confusing because I'm so used to Cable being an old man, but now Cable's a young child. It's a teenager, part cyborg. Interesting. So I'm still trying to figure that one out. Well, he was a cyborg in as an adult, but as a kid he's a part cyborg. Okay, fine. So what happened was the first two episodes started off him finding mutant kids that was being kidnapped. Now, if you know anything about the House of X storyline, is that mutants have their own island called Krakoa, and they police their own. So anything that deals with mutants, they have total jurisdiction over. So that means if a mutant does something in America, they can come in. Anybody from any of the X-Men or X-Men related people can come in and say, "Get back. We'll take care of this. This is our shit." Even if you catch them and whatever. And so basically, like for example, they can go anywhere they want and say, "I got jurisdiction." And sometimes it rubs people the wrong way. So during this investigation of baby snatchers, and these two cops are like, "We don't care if they're mutants, kids or not. These are somebody's kidnapping kids. You can't just X us out of this." Cable's like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna do it." And then what happens? The Space Knights show up. Now you might be wondering, what the hell is the Space Knights? You might be wondering, what's a space knight? Way back in the day, in the 1970s, there was a toy called Rom, the Space Knight. It was a very popular toy. I might have had one at one time. Marvel did a comic book called Rom and the Space Knights. So from the 70s to, I guess, the early 80s, when it died out. Of course, they can't use Rom because Rom is copyrighted by and it's trademarked by someone else. But they created the Space Knights. So Space Knights came to. So this sword that he's carrying, they came to retrieve the sword so they could rebuild their home world. Story going on. He says, "Guess what? I have a time machine. I have a time machine which was stolen. Old Cable stolen the time machine cube from his arm, and young Cable didn't realize that he took it, so he put a thermonuclear bomb in there to blow up the Space Knights, whatever. It's kind of funny. He's dating one of the cuckoos or whatever you call it, which is technically clones of Emma Frost, and they all. That's a story from the early 2000s about that, but he's kind of trying to date one of them, and this is when him fighting the Space Knights. This one right here. Then come the Exosword crossover storyline, which I never read. I didn't have any interest in it, and I thought, you just rebooted the XMen universe. It's too early to have a crossover. So that's what these was all about. Supposedly another realm. I don't fucking know. I really don't know. I didn't really follow it. But I did have to buy one of these. I think I had to buy this one separately. So that's fine. Then after the Exosource storyline, I call it debacle because it's a mess to me. It's kind of hard to, to me it's just like, come on, man. Whatever. He goes back to the baby hunting. Finds 5 babies, kills a cult that carves X in their forehead, which is kind of reminds me of a Rob Zombie. Kind of reminds me of Rob Zombie back in the day because he had the X, he had a little X symbol on his head, kind of thing. And there's some babies missing. So then now in issue 8, he meets up with Domino. Now back in the day, Cable and Domino had a relationship going on, but now Cable's a young kid. So now imagine the dynamic between them now. And, she's like, you're a young kid. Too young for me. Ha ha ha. Call me when you're older. Funny. They end up going to Tokyo. Now, the thing is, Domino, if you know anything about Domino, she's part of the old X-Force squad with Cable way back in the day, and she has luck powers. They end up going to Japan because she wanted some Goiza. Ends up going to the same place where he's hunting these people. Sure luck. Fight them. They're making clones of him. So you got another, technically, a failed Spider-Man clone story. Hope they do this part right. Domino shoots them all. One of them say, "Hey, thanks for killing us," and she kills him off because she had one in the chamber still. It's the funny thing about it is that there's a lot of comedy in here. That's what kept my attention. Instead of me saying, "Oh, fuck this," instead of me saying, "Fuck this series," I ain't reading this shit no more. It's actually pretty fucking funny. For me, that is. You might not catch the jokes, but it's situational kind of funny things. And of course, Cable being... Then all of a sudden the old Cable's is like somewhere in the future going after somebody. Oh, guess who the main baddie is? Strife. Who is Strife? A clone of Cable. Back in the 90s, Strife was the big thing that Cable was fighting against, was his own damn clone. He survived. Oh my goodness. So they're pulling away stuff from way back 20-some years ago for this storyline, which is fine. And last to issue 9, as it suggested, they're having a date. They're like, they start off in an AIM submarine. They sabotage the submarine. As soon as she's like, "Hey, you want to go do something?" he bails and goes after the kids again. Goes to chase after the kids. Oh well. Oh, by the way, yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I think it was in this issue or yeah, this issue. They was at a space station. Totally random, but in a sense, I'm kind of liking this series. I might entertain the thought of keeping this series because it's kind of funny for right now. Oh, plus also I love the fact that he meets Deadpool. He goes to dig in order. He wants to go in this episode right here. This episode right here. He says, "You know what? I have a time machine. I know where it is." They go to his grave, and the grave is gone. His old body is gone. What the hell? And who steals it? Deadpool steals it. Why? Because Cable sent him a letter say, "Hey, it's something. If I die, steal my body." So he steals his body and Deadpool steals Cable's body. The old Cable steals his body, puts it in a table, and make a glass coffin off it. He wanted to stuff him like a taxidermy. And the funny thing, he puts a pool table, so he's playing pool on top of the court. Oh my! I was like, what the hell? This is crazy lunacy. So, in my opinion, this Jerry Duggan and Phil Nodal team, they're doing pretty good for me with this series, and I'm thinking about picking this up. So, my suggestion is that when the trade comes out, pick up the trade. Oops. When the trade comes out, pick up the trade. See if you like it. Then, if you want, because the thing is, they're only on the issue 10 is coming out pretty soon. So hey, they're easy to catch. There's a lot of stores still have their back issues. Well, not my store, but some stores still have their back issues. So it was easy for me to get majority of it, and I had to buy one off of eBay. But that's my recommendation if you want to read a book that's kind of cool and funny at the same time. Cable is the one. But so anyway, with that being said, it's time for me to relax a little bit. That's gonna burn me at the end of the day. I personally recommend it. So if you have a chance, pick it up and check it out. And if you do read this series, let me know down below. Tell me if you agree with me. This is a very fun series to read. If you think it's not, if you think it's dumb and corny as hell, let me know down below. If you have a suggestion what I should read, let me know down below. I'm always interested in reading something new. Sometimes. But anyway, with that being said, there's another one book or two series that I want to read and I'll do another synopsis of. So with that being said, thank you very much and good night to yous. Sorry. If you give me a thumbs up if you like it, give me a thumbs down if you like it. Like, comment, subscribe, share this video if you like. And best of all, take care of yourself, take care of others, and make sure you do things as you want done to you. And one day I will come up with a good catchphrase. Trust me, one day I will. And I'll stick to it. With that being said, I love you all. I think you guys are awesome. Talk to you later. Goodbye.